Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Arithmetic Lesson 158. Today we're going to start off with some task cards. We're going to do some old ones. These are fractions, but I wanted to ensure that you remembered how to find the lowest common denominator. So you see these two fractions? When you find the lowest common denominator, you take the 4 and the 3 and find the multiples of each. So you're going to say 4, 8, 12, 16. And then you're going to have the 3, which is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And find the lowest number that they have in common. So that would be 12. Very good. And we can do the same thing here. 1/3 and 1/2. The lowest common denominator would be 6. Very good. And how about these two? 15. Very good. You guys remember. I'm so glad. And how about these two? 2 and 3? 6. Excellent. Excellent job. How about that one? 5 and 4. What's the lowest common denominator with 5 and 4? 20. Very good. Good job, boys and girls. And how about reducing fractions? You see these? Reduce the fractions. Oh, one at a time. I'm sorry about that. Reduce the fractions. You would divide by 3 on top and bottom, and you would get 2/3. Very good. 2/3. How about here? 1/3. Very nice. Good job. Let's do it quickly. 1/4. 3/4. Excellent. 1/2. 1/2. 2/3. Very, very nice. Good job, boys and girls. Don't forget that the information we have learned in the past is still relevant. You'll still need to know that. Don't forget. We talked about perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around something. So the measurement of the distance around something. And when we talk about the perimeter of a square, the formula of a perimeter of a square equals P equals 4 times S. Remember, S is the side. So 4 times S. How about the perimeter of a rectangle? That one's a little bit more complicated, and I'm noticing on your papers you are not writing the formula. Make sure you write the formula, boys and girls. 2 times L plus 2 times W. L being the length and W being the width. Very, very good. Don't forget. Today we're going to do something called area, and so that's exciting. And let's get right to it. All right, the area is the inside of the shape. So if I had a shape like this and I wanted to find the area, it's the inside. Perimeter, we said, was the outside of my Pop-Tart. But now we're going to talk about the inside of my Pop-Tart. So to find the area, we need to divide the shape of the inside into square units. Everyone say square units. Good. So your answers are always going to be in square units. Again, one more time, square units. Whenever we're finding the area, we look for square units. So if you really wanted to, we could go ahead and count up all of these little square units. Who wants to do that? Raise your hand. I don't. But if you did, you would get 96 square units, or the second one would be 55 square units. You'd have to go and count each individual one. So if I asked you to take this one and count each individual square unit, right, what would you get? Count them up. Good. Very easy, right? 18 square units. It's easy now because, there's only 18 of them. But don't you think there is an easier way? There is. But guess what, boys and girls? I'm not going to tell you till tomorrow. We're going to learn an easier way to find the area of this rectangle. On your worksheet today, you have some of these shapes, and we want to remember the names of these shapes Everyone, we're going to do this really quickly. Ready? The first one, A, is a square. Excellent. Letter B, triangle. C, parallelogram. Very good. Why is that a parallelogram? Because both sides are parallel, right? Both sets of sides. How about letter D? Rhombus. Very good. And letter E, it's a circle. Letter F, rectangle. G, who remembers G? Good, it's a trapezoid. There's only one set of parallel lines. Very good, one set of parallel lines. How about the last one, H? Right angle, very good. That little square on the bottom tells me it is a right angle. How many degrees is a right angle, boys and girls? 90 degrees, very good. All right, on your worksheet, you also have these problems. We'll start with letter A from New York. It is 58.1 miles to Trenton and 186.5 miles to Baltimore. How much farther is it to Baltimore than to Trenton? How much? This walkie, I'm sorry, boys and girls. This, it says how much farther. When it says how much farther, what do we have to do? We do have to subtract. We're going to take 186.5 and minus 58.1. When we do that, we end up with, good, 128.4 miles farther. Okay, make sure you put that miles farther so that we know it's not apples, remember? Okay, letter B says Sabrina gets $5.25 a week for her allowance. Whew, that's a lot. How many of us get allowance? Good, good. Don't be jealous of the others who do if you don't get an allowance. Make sure you're helping out anyway. How much will she receive in 7 weeks? If each week she gets $5.25, in 7 weeks, how much will she have? So what do we have to do, boys and girls? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Multiply. Good, because we have 7 weeks and each week they're getting $5.25. We're going to multiply $5.25 times 7. And when we do, we should get $36.75. Very good. All right. Also is a review of your perimeter on the sheet as well. I have been noticing that you are not putting the formulas. The first thing you need to do at all times is write the formula. So if it is a rectangle, you write this formula. If it is a square, you write the square formula. Start off with the formula and then plug in your L and your W. When you do that, now you get 2 times 4 plus 2 times 3. 2 times 4 is 8 and 2 times 3 is 6. And when you add them together, you should get 14 feet. And the next rectangle, again, the same formula, 2 times L plus 2 times W. When we plug in our numbers, you get 2 times 17 plus 2 times 12. 2 times 17 is 34, and 2 times 12 is 24. When we add them together, you should get 58 yards. Okay? And the last one is a square. What's the formula for a square? P equals 4 times S. Very good. When we have P equals 4 times S, you fill in the S is 7. 4 times 7 equals 28. And you put inches at the end. Okay, boys and girls, don't forget, you must write out all the formulas and steps. If you do not, you are going to get the answer wrong. I saw a few homeworks where you just wrote in 28 inches for the answer. You must write the formula and all the steps or else I will mark it wrong. All right, boys and girls, you're going to finish up this worksheet front and back, and we will see you back for lesson 159 tomorrow. Have a great day.